Alright, so what's up guys? We had a slight problem. What ended up happening is that my mic on my Bandicam decided not to record. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to give you guys like a little play-by-play thing. Oh yeah, and something happened with an egg, and it was a bad egg, so we eventually fixed it. But well, I eventually fixed it, and so as you guys can see, oh nope, hold on, I didn't end up fixing it quite yet, but like it was really all I can say is that it was really annoying because I don't know how that happened. So what I ended up having to do is I went into a save, and well, I paused the recording and the game crashed for one. So what I ended up having to do was I had to go into a save and delete that like egg or whatever. It was a bad egg, so now as you can see it's gone, but it was really annoying. I was really annoyed at that. So yeah, but I'm actually post narrating this because like I said, my mic didn't record, so yeah. And I'm looking at the timestamp now. This is gonna be an hour-long video because it's episode 1 of our Pokemon Emerald Randomizer Tagegglocke. So as you guys can see, this is me trying to pick an egg for our starter, and you know, I love egglocks because we can like do all this, and you guys will hear the video, like the game audio, but it just sucks that it my mic didn't record. So hopefully the next time I record the Tagegglocke, everything will be better. Excuse me. And right here, as we can see, we have a Bagon that hatched, and I need to go over what I did off camera, like doing all that, all the preparation. So what I ended up having to do was I inputted a cheat, and right here we have Wendy the Bagon, which I was really happy about that too. But what I ended up doing off camera was getting the rare candy cheat, and so we have plenty of rare candies to use to level up our Pokemon whenever we hatch them. And for some reason, I'm going to try this again later, but I'm going to try and gen in an egg at level 1, and I'm going to see if it works, so that way the next time we do have an egg lock or whatever we do with eggs that require them to be gen in, this way you guys will know how to do it. And I'm just scrolling down, and so you can just ignore what's going on in the background. I'm trying to put on Netflix for whenever I'm done, because I am tired and I got pizza for dinner, so I'm actually happy about that. So yeah, I'm still like really upset that my mic stopped recording, and so yeah, but I'm guessing this is where I was looking at Bagon, make sure it was legal, and sorry about it if you heard that, but that's where I was checking, make sure the Bagon was legal, and it was. So now what I end up doing is I name our death box, I name our on deck box, so that way we can keep track of what goes into what. And of course on deck, if you get any of the references that me or Ragin make with our nicknames, please let us know in the comments section. And right here's a pop-up, and I'm going to keep this little message up here just that way you guys know my damn mic didn't record. And right here I'm naming our dead box the dead end. I'm going to go ahead and say this now. It's a reference to an anime called The Future Die, or Mariah Nikki. It's a really good anime. I would recommend it. But anyway, If you get that, if you have watched it, please let me know in the comment section, because it is really nice to see what you guys have actually watched. If you watched any anime that I've watched, and it's honestly really nice to hear your feedback as well. Also, please remember, answer the question of the day is greatly appreciated. But here we go, and we are going to go get the potion and all that good stuff. So we're doing all the pre-rival shenanigans, except I didn't get medication, which I was really, I'm still beating myself up about it, because what happens during the rival battle. But oh yeah, I should say this now, before we get into it, in a Nuzlocke, the actual lock does not start until you get Pokeballs, because it's unfair to enforce certain rules but not enforce other rules. So we don't enforce the Nuzlocke until, you know, we get Pokeballs and a Pokedex. So right here, I just knock out this Skarmory because, you know, get a little bit of experience with it. I'm wishing I did a little bit more training beforehand, and no, I feel really stupid about it. And here's a Masquerain, which for some reason wouldn't let me run away. But overall, this was a fairly tough part of the game. Like, just beginning of any game is tough because you don't know what's going on. Now, what ends up happening is that, alright, so I'm not gonna read the dialogue until it's like really important, like Team Aqua, Team Magma, or like Devon Corporation, or the gym leader. But alright, so here's our rival battle. We did end up having to battle the rival twice, and you'll see why in a minute. I was really mad, like in the initial recording, I was really mad about this because I was gonna go for the Dragon Dance. He goes for Powder Snow and he gets the Freeze. I was really upset about that, so what I ended up doing is I heal. So I use one of my 2 potions and I heal, but unfortunately a second Powder Snow does get the crit. As you see, it was a crit, and so what ends up happening is that I don't do grinding montages in the middle of episodes. So what ends up happening is that I cut it out for a bit, so eventually it'll show like a little jump or whatever, but oh well. Here's me trying to find more Pokemon to battle against so I can train. So there's a Lotad. I just go ahead and Thrash, which is all I can do is Thrash and Twister. And Twister is a very weak Dragon type move, so I don't think we get Dragon Claw until it's a Salamence, or is that Fly? I can't remember. I don't know when. Yes, there were Entei's in this route, and I kind of wish I ran into more of them, because of the fact that they give off, because legends and pseudo legends tend to give off pretty decent experience, and he flinches me with Bite, which is unfortunate, but we still knock it out with the Thrash. And see, we get another level to level 6. I end up deciding to train them up to level 8, and so here's me saying, oh, I'm going to train up, I'm going to do a little bit of grinding, trying to get them leveled up, because I don't want to bore you guys with it. And here we go, we're back here at the Pokemon Center, and after the grinding, so I'm going to show you Wendy. She was level 8 with, of course, Rockhead, which is legal, and didn't learn anything new, but I'm looking at her stats, and she doesn't have the best attack stat, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's a hasty nature, which I don't know what hasty does off the top of my head, but so far it's been a really tough like little section of the game. And of course we see an Absol, Lord Xerath himself, Lord Xerath, and of course I did misspell Wendy, and I was thinking, oh, I'm going to change out the Of course, I was going to change at Slayport and all that good stuff, but you'll see what happened eventually. But okay, so here's our second attempt at the rival battle, and I'm running my hands together because it's pretty cold in my room. But oh well. Here's the snow run again. I end up dragon dancing, so she ends up going for Leer instead of powder snow. So I end up dragon dancing. So there's that, and now I go for Thrash. And that one shot, so that made me consider maybe I should have thrashed, but I didn't outspeed to begin with. So there she's like, she'll give me, she gives us $300, and I also said this beforehand, but like, what I really don't like is about like these Pokemon games is that if you lose, they force you to give up half your money. Which I'm pretty sure they fix in like the later gens, like Gen 6 or something. They make you pay like a certain amount, like 10% or whatever, which is still quite a bit, but it's not as big as 50% of your money. So what ends up happening is I finally beat her, and there's Professor Bird. She's saying, "Oh, good job, Orange Dwarf and RaginBomb," because that's what we're doing with this. Heard you beat me on the first try. That's excellent. So. Not really. We did not beat her on the first try. We beat her on the second time, though. So, now, what goes on is that now we get the Pokédex and the... See, right here is the Pokédex. And if you guys don't know, I play a lot of 3rd gen. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald are my favorite Pokemon games because that's what I started with. But, Advanced Battle is my favorite Pokemon anime series. Season, so I wish they would put that on Netflix too, which is because I love it half to death. But anyway, we got our Pokeballs, we got our Pokédex, so we're heading out. And what's this? Oh, it's Mom. Alright, so now you guys know, if you play 3rd gen enough, you get your running shoes from Mom. So you do all this, we get the running shoes and press B button, so now there won't be as much speed up through it. So now we have our running shoes. So we go off and we get our first encounter Route 101, which was a Mawile, I think. Yeah, it was a Mawile. So what we ended up doing, we ended up actually killing it, which was very unfortunate too. So yeah, that was... So, Wendy, we go into Thrash, and I realized, oh my god, I was hoping she would flinch us, but unfortunately the Mawile didn't, and we knock it out. So there's that. Now I'm actually glad we didn't run into this Pokemon, which was an Entei, because it would have been really, really hard to catch. Because Legends, Pseudo-Legends, and Starters have extremely high I don't know if it's extremely low catch rates or extremely high catch rates, but like, they're really hard to catch. No matter how, like, Starters, even with Pokeballs, they're like really hard to catch. So, I go and I buy 3 Pokeballs because that's all I can buy with $600. So now, I exit the Pokemart, and now I go, I think, north. I think I went north of Oldale Town, so Route 103, our first encounter, don't remember it, it was a Masquerain. So, trying to catch it, so that way we can add a new member to the team. And of course it has Intimidate, which honestly was really good for me, because then I could just, I think all I did was Twister it a couple times. Oh, it was just once, and I will say this, I got really mad because, like, Masquerain wouldn't stay in the ball, because early on in Pokemon games, you're like, oh, you're supposed to be, like, really easy to catch, and it's like, why do you do this? You drag this out longer than it has to be. So, we're just sitting here now, just trying to catch this thing so we can add another member to the team so we can swap it out for an egg. And Masquerain just making it harder than it has to be. And so I think we eventually catch it. I think it's this one. Yeah, we end up finally catching it. We name it Token because we're trying to keep things organized in this Let's Play. So now that we have this, we finally can get another token for our troubles. And so at this point I'm thinking we need a fire type because we have a very big ice weakness to our Bagon, and eventually when it evolves it will have a rock type weakness. So but that's all and of course Token has a black belt. I'm not gonna be taking any of the I'm probably gonna take the items off off camera before I hand the save file to Ragin to continue, so that way he doesn't have to worry about it. And of course, as you can see, we don't have that many eggs, so what's going to end up happening is that I'm going to have to generate the eggs. And of course, it does have the item on it, but we can't take it. So we cannot take the items off of the eggs, which they eventually do fix in Diamond, Pearl, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and so forth. They end up fixing that so that way you can take off items off the eggs because eventually people start asking for eggs with certain items. So unfortunately, we cannot take the items off the eggs. And don't ask me why A-Save still keeps that feature in it, so that way, because I'm guessing, at first I was thinking, oh, you can hatch the egg with the item on it, and so I can't really do anything about that, and here I'm struggling on what to nickname Cacnea, so I end up settling on the name Gemini, which is, if you watch Fairy Tail, or even if you know your zodiac signs, it's the twins. And I was like, and in Fairy Tail they can transform, so I'm thinking, Gemini, I don't know if it fits that or not, but I think it would be more like Ditto. Gemini would fit more like Ditto, or even Mew with a transform, or even an imposter with Zoroark. But anyway, here I'm looking to make sure Gemini is legal because it does have Sandveil, which is legal, and it also has Poison Sting, Acid, Dynamic Punch, and Grass Whistle. So right now I'm just checking to make sure it's legal, which it is. But this is very unfortunate that my mic decided not to record, but anyway, I hope my mic does record this, because then I would have to do this all over again, making sure everything's right for some ungodly reason. I don't know why my mic wouldn't be working. But now I go off into Route 102 and I get my first encounter, and I decide to go and get my first encounter in the patch of grass next to the water. Now I don't know what I'm doing here, I forget what I was talking about, but okay, so here I go. I forgot what I was talking about, but I'm pretty sure it was something like important or whatever. But yeah, if you guys don't like it that I have to gen in eggs, we have, there's very little support between mine and Ragin's channel, so it's one of those things where it's like we don't get that many eggs. So I think the most we got was 15, and 5 of them were bad eggs. So I got like 10 PKM files that would work, and then there are 5 which I think they just use PokeGen instead of A-Save, and so I couldn't use those. So what ended up happening is I ended up genning almost a whole box of eggs. Now I might gen about 4 more that I think it was 4 in this entire episode that it did end up hatching. I did end up hatching out of eggs, and then put in another box full of eggs, so that way we have plenty of eggs for a while at least. So like I said, it's unfortunate that like barely anyone sends in eggs. Like I've been checking the email. I've been checking the email address, and like there's barely any barely any eggs were sent in. So that was really unfortunate, and it's really sad in my opinion that like, but I understand like not everyone will have like a way to send in eggs or whatever, so like I understand it, but at the same time it's really sad that I ended up having to gen in some eggs. But it's really unfortunate in my opinion, it really is. But and of course I'm gonna have to gen in more eggs before I hand over the save file to Ragin, so that way he can have plenty of eggs to work with and choose from whenever he hatches eggs, which there will be a lot of eggs if he can manage to catch all the encounters, because I left him one, and then there are like, I keep dropping everything. I think I left, then there are like 5 other encounters, and he can also come back to Petalburg, go north of Rustboro to get another encounter by fishing. And sorry, I'm like eating something. Oh my god, I'm very unprofessional, but I know I shouldn't be eating while I'm recording, but oh well. So Ragin has chances to get about 5 or 6 encounters because there's a route above Dewford to the right, Petalburg, Rustboro up north, and then Great Cave. So he has 6 possible chances at encounters. So honestly, I'm sure Ragin can do it. He's a good Pokemon player. He's probably better. I know he's better than me. So I'm sure he'll make the right calls and all that. But like, I'm honestly glad that he agreed to do this because I've been wanting to do a collab, like a co-op, well, let's play for a while. Oh. Sorry, I'm eating something. Yeah. So right now I'm just trying to get through all this, and I think at this point my mindset was I'm going to save some trainers for Ragin so that way I can come back if need be to grind, because I think I saved him a few trainers, and I saved them the trainers for, I think I saved him a couple trainers from, or I saved him one trainer from Petalburg Woods, I'm pretty sure. And then these trainers, and then he's also got the trainers east, yeah, about, I think, east of Rustboro. And of course I did take out the ones like off camera that I did take on because like I needed to train for the gym battle, for the gym and all that good stuff. So what ends up happening now is that going through the Wally event, which means guys, learn how to catch Pokemon, guys. So what ended up happening is, like I said, he just catches a Pokemon and all that lovey-dovey bull crap. So yeah, and I don't know what happened with the randomizer. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it, but I'm going to, like, I don't remember what I randomized, so, what happened is that the TNs didn't randomize properly, so they're not randomized, which is very unfortunate. So we're just gonna play without randomized TNs. So that's not really that fun, I know, but it's unfortunate. And I'm going to tell you guys now, I have been trying to bring more non-Pokemon related content to the channel, like Crash Bandicoot, but my controller's busted and all that good. So I'm going to have to get a new controller before I can start that back up again. And I'm going to try and learn a couple things about editing. Now I'll have a special series coming out hopefully next week. I'll start it, and I know I'm very late to this game, but I don't care because they came out with the patch for it, and I want to give myself more work basically because I really have nothing to do with my life. Like, everyone's like, oh, you gotta have a girlfriend. No, I don't have a girlfriend. No girl will want to date me, and there's no chance in hell I would ever have a girlfriend. But anyway. So right now I'm trying to catch this Farfetch'd, and I started talking on about Drayano games like Sacred Gold, Storm Silver. They get that Farfetch'd does get, and that was a crit. I'm surprised Farfetch'd lived on it, but like, so at this point, I was talking about how Farfetch'd was part fighting in Drayano games, and in the 4th gen onward, he gets close combat in Drayano games because he changes a lot of things, movesets, typings, all that fun stuff. So that way, like, we can make things like better, make the game better. And that's what I like about Drayano and like ROM hackers is that they make the game like more realistic, sort of. So like more like basically like Garchomp doesn't get like Earthquake, and like it doesn't get Fly and Extreme Speed and all that good stuff. I don't know if he does in Drayano games. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. But then there's also and of course now I'm checking to get an egg, so I'm gonna try and get an egg here. So it's holding the soft sand. So the Farfetch'd is holding the soft sand. So, and of course I can't see what's going on, and of course I close my eyes when I do this. So, and here we go again, and I end up choosing this egg, and so we head outside, speed up out of the building, and we go outside so we can speed up and run, so that way we can get this egg to hatch. And just running around at the speed of sound, got places to go, got to follow my rainbow. So I end up checking to see how long it takes this egg to hatch, because it's taking longer than normal to hatch this egg, because as you saw, like whenever we hatched the Cacnea and the Bagon, it didn't take this long to hatch, because because I did not put in the cheat for the instant egg hatching. So here we go, we finally had the egg, is finally hatching, and we end up getting a Yanma. So I was really surprised about this Yanma, because I was at first I'm thinking, oh, Yanmega. I'm like, oh wait, this isn't 4th gen, so Yanma doesn't evolve. So I was thinking about naming it like Frowny Face or whatever, but what I end up naming it is I'm sorry for all you Yanma lovers. I think I ended up naming it Nope. So just wait. Yep, I ended up naming it Nope, because like I really don't like Yanma, because like it's like I don't really understand like 3rd gen type physical special split. So, and of course this threw me off, is that Signal Beam is a 3rd gen move instead of a 4th gen move. Like I forgot that, It was a 3rd gen move, so right now, as you can expect me to do with like every egg hatch that I do, is to make sure it's legal. Of course, it does have speed boost, which is legal, and of course I'm going down to make sure its moves are legal. And I'm going to lift my laptop, and I'm going to do that. And hopefully my mouse doesn't fall over and fall onto the floor and stuff. I'm going to move it there. But of course, right now I'm trying to make sure it's legal. Of course, I do use Cerebi to make sure everything is legal. And so I decided it is legal, but I decided not to put it on the team. Now, my reason for that is that it's a bug type, and it's also a flying type, which is quad weak to rock. So I ended up putting it in the on deck box, and of course the Farfetch was level 5, so didn't use any rare candies on it. So now we head out, and we're going to. Oh yeah, I saved these trainers for Vulcan too, so that way he can grind up like whatever Pokemon he needs to before not Vulcan. So that way Raging can grind. So you see why I came up with Vulcan soon, but so here we're picking up berries. I say to him. I think I ended up battling this one because they ended up spotting me, which is very unfortunate. So, Tyrogue, I decided to try and use Acid. Of course, it doesn't go over too well because Cacnea isn't too strong in the beginning, but when it starts getting things like, give it TMs, of course, this person spots me, so we battle, and she has a Primeape, which was very annoying for me because it's a fighting type, and we have nothing to deal with fighting types at the moment. So it goes for Locate. It only does like 5 points of damage, and so I decided to go for the Dragon Dance. Try to set up so that way we can take this thing out. I'm gonna go for a second Dragon Dance, thinking that I would one-shot the Primeape, and go for Thrash. What ends up happening is that it gets to the red, so it rages. Then she uses a full restore, and I was really upset about that because it was in red health, and it puts it back to red health, and so I try to go for the Twister, and I hit myself. Now the thing with Thrash is that it's a good move, don't get me wrong, it's a really good move, but if you use things like Swords Dance powered up, you use things like Dragon Dance, you're gonna hit yourself pretty hard. So you gotta be careful when using these kinds of moves like Thrash. I can't think of another move that's like that. I can't remember. You guys will probably remind me in the comment section. So we have like Pedal Dance. Yeah. So yeah. You guys don't know I've been sick for a while, so I'm trying to get this video done for you guys so that way Raging can start his part of the Tagegglocke. So here we are, get another Pokemon. It ends up being a Crobat, and I was so upset because Crobat is honestly really good, and you don't know how much I love Crobat. I love Crobat with all my heart. So I decided to go for a Twister. So I end up deciding that I can't stand with Cacnea to try and Grass Whistle because of Leech Life. So Twister does a lot of damage. So I'm thinking, alright, I'm going to try and toss a couple of Pokeballs at it. So I can't go into Gemini. So I ultimately decide to chuck a Pokeball at it. And shakes once, and it breaks out. At this point, he uses Leech Life, so healed it up a little bit. I'm thinking it probably would live a Twister. So that's where I got the idea to use Twister again. And unfortunately, knock him out. So Gemini does end up getting the level, which I'm really happy about. Trying to learn growth. I'd ultimately deciding against using growth because it's special attack instead of attack, and I think grass is physical this gen. So that wouldn't benefit me that much. So we end up finding a max revive, and now we can go. I end up going to the Pokemart first and selling the max revive, so that way we can get some money to buy Pokeballs. So as you can see, we got the rare candies there. So I sell the max revive to get Pokeballs. I ultimately buy 10 of them, so I can get the Premier Ball, and I think I bought 5 more potions. I end up buying 3 more potions, leaving me with 600 bucks left, and I buy 5 antidotes, leaving me with 144 left. So now, barely got any money. So now we're heading. We go to the Pokemon Center to heal, of course, because the Crobat. So you guys already know it's like a Pokemon Center. Yay! I'm trying to just healing. So now we head out of Pelbrick City. I'm like, I'm out this. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. You can't tie me down to a city. So going to Pelbrick Woods. So I make my way to Pelbrick Woods. I end up speeding up a little bit. So now we are here in Pelbrick Woods. I end up fighting this trainer. Got a bunch of Pokemon. Go, my bug Pokemon team. So I think he starts off with, he starts off with a Plusle. And I lead with Gemini. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to stay in. So I go out to Windy. And this is where I thought, you know, I can just switch train back and forth. And I forgot I set battle style to set, which I'm going to tell Ragin, you can have the battle style set to whatever you want, but to make it harder, go with set. So I'm going to end up telling him that before I hand him the save file with all the eggs and everything in it, because you don't necessarily need to have a save on your computer to load up a ROM with eggs in it. So, but you need it to gen in eggs, which is basically my job of this was to get the ROM set up. Basically, was to get it randomized, get the eggs in, get the rare candies in, and then get the first gym badge. And that was my role for the beginning of this, and now, of course, we're going to be swapping over between gym badges. So, obviously, in this episode, I got the first gym badge. In the next episode, he's going to be getting the second gym badge in Dewford Town. So I'm here facing off against the Sceptile, and he's leering me. I'm afraid of a quick attack, and then so a quick attack to me, it doesn't do that much. Snap out confusion, I go for Thrash, and of course I had a couple D-dances up. Yeah. Gives me nice experience. And I send out a Blossom, I'm just like, get out of my face. Thrashing about and kills the Blossom. Yeah. I wish I wasn't so sick. Ugh. So I end up potioning, no, I end up using my Oran Berries instead, because I realized, oh, I have Oran Berries. I also give them, I give both Gemini and Windy an Oran Berry, so that way they can, I don't have to heal them in the middle of battle, like, as much. So I get Sea Incense. Now, I ultimately sell this because it's like 4,900 while off-screen grinding. It wasn't like super long for a grinding montage, just like 3 levels on each Pokemon. It didn't even take like 10 minutes to do. So, of course, I'm trying to knock out this Cacnea. I'm just like, alright, I'm going to try and poison it. So, he has Absorb, and I don't, unfortunately, and so I'm just sitting here trying to poison it, so that way I can will it little by little, and I'm not getting the poison. So I'm like, what the heck? Why am I not poisoning? So put him down to the red, and then he goes for Poison Sting, and he gets poison. So I end up killing this Cacnea because Gemini needed the experience. So the Cacnea goes down. Gemini grows the level to level 10. So I end up having Petra Berries. Instead of using one of my antidotes, I use my Petra Berries. And I use my last Oran Berry on Gemini, thinking it would heal him up all the way, but it doesn't, unfortunately. So now we're going through here, and this is where I have to read. Not one to be found. Hello, have you seen any Pokemon called Shroomish around here? I really love that Pokemon. I was gonna ambush you, but you had to dawdle in the Palaberg Woods forever, didn't you? I'm sick of waiting. You, Devon Researcher, hand over those papers. Oh my god, it's Grimoire Heart. Oh no, they're gonna attack me. I'm the Master of Hades. No, that'll be Archie. And Maxie's gonna be Phantom Lord. Maybe, I don't know. Depends on what me and Rage. So I ended up saying, you know what? Beautifly is for grass type, so I go for the Poison Sting. I'm like, you know what? I can probably get the poison now. And at this point, Beautifly isn't getting. I decide a few more Poison Stings might work, so I'm constantly Poison Sting. I'm like, what the heck? Why isn't it happening? What's happening? Why am I not poisoning anything? So he just keeps on absorbing me with his Beautifly. So at one point I decide, you know what, we're not gonna get anywhere with this. So I ultimately decide to switch out. Which, yeah, I end up deciding to switch out to Wendy because we're not getting anywhere anytime soon. So I just swap out to Bagon, and I just thrash. And of course I'm moving things around so it's not a mess on my table. So now I'm locked in the thrash. So now Beautifly goes down, which is finally. You're kidding me, you're tough. And of course we get 108, which I don't understand that. Why did they give it so low? Okay, you got some nerves, so team will come out. And of course I decided to give up on it. Oh, that was awfully cool things. When papers give you great balls, mistakes. We get a great ball. But didn't they think it was for too? Oh no, it's a crisis. I have to get back before Grimoire Heart can do anything else. So we end up singing Ninetales. I'm like, ah, dang it! Why can't we get this? Yeah. So I got away safely, and now you guys can hear my water bottle. Find a revival orb, even more money for us. So now we head out, and I go and talk to this guy, thinking that the TMs were randomized because my Emerald randomized to Nuzlocke. I ended up getting Flamethrower out of Bullet Seed. So I'm thinking, you know what, Cacnea, it might be randomized in Flamethrower again. So Cacnea might learn Flamethrower, but I realized, oh, it's just Bullet Seed. At this point, I'm thinking, what's going on? Why aren't the TMs randomized? So either I forgot to randomize it, or like something went wrong and it didn't really randomize properly. So I don't know, but I'm just gonna roll with it, and if I have to re-randomize it with the TMs just to change the TMs, then I will, and I won't change anything else. I'm not gonna re-randomize everything, but so we end up getting the Pokeball, and I run into another Pokemon, and it's a Ninjask. So we have Naruto. And I'm gonna turn on my lamp because it's dark in here, which you guys can't see, but oh well. So I don't want to battle these guys. My intention was to save them for Raging so I can grind, but ultimately I ended up needing them so that way I could grind. so I could get up to like level 13, level 14 for the gym, because the ace is level 15. So of course we have to battle these two twins, and so now Spearow and Eevee. I'm really worried about Spearow going for Peck on Gemini, but I end up bullet seeding the Eevee, and I Twister both of them, because Twister hits both of them. So I'm thinking, you know what, hit 5 times and it'll work, and it'll be a piece of cake. But I only ended up hitting 3 times, which is unfortunate, and the Spirit uses Growl. Now, what's annoying about this is that I am primarily a physical attacker on both of these Pokemon. So now he's going to go for a Tail Whip. They're going to go for a Tail Whip, which lowers my defenses. So I decided, you know what, let's go for a Dynamic. At first I'm like, you know what, let's go for a Dynamic Punch. And then I realized, oh wait, my attack was lowered. So I think I ended up deciding to Thrash. So, and my phone is ringing, but we'll just ignore that. And it's my sister, so I might end up having to stop real soon, which would suck. But you know what? Yeah. Anyway, eventually I just thrashed this Spearow to death, and now it's dead. And Gemini is amazing. Gemini and Wendy. No, they're good Pokemon in their own right. So we end up going to Rustboro City, and I go into the Pokemon Center because I'm like, you know what, I need to heal, you know, get this HP back, you know, just chill. And I'm gonna, in case I have to run off so that way I can get back to this, I'm gonna keep a note of where I am, so that way in case I have to leave. There. Now, of course, I go down here to get this item, and I forget, I think it was a max potion that I ended up getting, which I ended up having to use in the battle, in the gym battle. So that was really unfortunate on my part, but I'm pretty sure I could have done better. But yeah, unfortunately we don't have any XP share yet, so I can't just randomly switch train. So now Route 116, I decided to get my first encounter, and we end up running into a Dragon. I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad that I didn't run into but we end up putting it to sleep. And so I'm like, you know what, it's good, we're all good now. I have Gemini in, and as I know, we're gonna put, I didn't realize that I could acid the Dragonair, because I was afraid of a poison. And I realized, oh wait, it's asleep, and he's fast asleep, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to start acid. I'm going to start using acid, and so now, here we are. I don't know what they're talking about, but alright, so Grass Whistle, Fast Sleep, and then Shed Skin. Now, I did not realize, you can call me stupid, I forgot, or whatever, I did not know that Shed Skin worked with Sleep. So now, I'm just sitting there using Acid, and then he uses Thunder Wave. So, I'm just sitting there thinking, I can't send in Bagon. Can't send in Bagon, so, because of Twister. So I just end up using Acid again, and I'm like, alright, I need to throw a Pokeball now. So I just throw a Pokeball, and I can't remember if it's the first time or the second time that I catch it, but 3. Alright, so it's the first time we catch it. It's the second Pokeball that we use. So, and just name it Token, and that was or Toke. I can't remember if I misspelled it. Toke. Oh well. I named it Toke. So, yeah, I know it's Token, but I'm stupid and I can't read a keyboard apparently. So, what I end up healing up, and we get another egg, which I'm really excited about this one. So now this is the 4th egg that we hatch, and it's the last one of the video that we're hatching. So got a Dragonair with a PP up, which I was surprised to see. So now I'm trying to get this egg. Let's see what egg did we end up getting, and then we end up getting that egg right there. So like I said, I've been needing a fire type, I've been needing a steel type, a water type would be nice as well. So all these typings that I really needed, and just running around at speed of sound, got places to go, got to follow my rainbow, can't keep going on, gotta keep moving on, it's what lasts. And then we end up getting a Cyndaquil. So we ended up getting a Cyndaquil, and of course I named it after Vulcan, but it's a girl. I'm like, I should be that guy. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna be that guy, and I name it Vulcan, VULCAN, and then I go and I put X. Now I was like, it's a female, so F and Vulcan X female. So I have Vulcan X female, not Vulcan X Machina. You are not the god of time, son. You are a god of females. So probably plays a lot of Honey Pot, but anyway, a lot of fun. So what I decided to do, I had to look so that way I know what level how many levels to raise it by. So it's only a level 6. It's only a level 6, and once I learn smoke screen, I decided not to go to smoke screen. Now I'm thinking, I should probably put it on my team. I think at first I'm like, I should probably have it on my team, but of course I have to make sure it's legal. Blaze, Tackle, Leer, Crush Claw, and Howl, make sure they're all legal. I did check on Cerebi, and of course that almost slipped my mind, but I looked to make sure it's legal, and of course it is. So now, of course we're still checking, make sure it's legal, but of course at this point I'm debating on whether or not I should have Vulcan X female on the team. So it's a really hard decision, because a fire type would be nice, but then again it's a really low level and it would require a lot of grinding. So, and of course with the upcoming gym battle, I don't want to risk losing it that easy, because one, Vulcan would kill me if I did. So I ended up putting it in the box. I put it in the box, and so that way I'm going to save it, so that way if we need it, we have it there. It's powering the PC for right now. But at this point I decided to look up the levels of the gym leader to make sure to look and see if I need to grind or not. So I'm checking the levels right now. Well, I'm looking it up, checking to make sure the levels are alright, making sure the levels aren't too crazy, because we don't want that. We want to make sure we're nice and leveled up. So what ends up happening is that I decide to grind off camera, because we don't need grinding montages like this early on in the game. Like, we don't need a grinding montage in the middle of the episode, basically is what I'm thinking. So I ended up deciding to do off-screen grinding, because it's only like 2-3 levels on 2 Pokemon, and it took me about 10 minutes because I keep grinding Pseudo Legends and all that fun stuff. So as I'm explaining all this, and of course it's after the grind, of course I'm telling you guys, okay, I'm going to grind, because the gym leader's ace is level 15. So here I am back after the grinding, and as you can see, I got them up to level 14. Wendy, level 14. Rockhead, holding an Oranberry, of course, and didn't learn anything new. But Gemini the Cacnea with Sandvale, Hardy Nature, he learned Leech Seed by level up during the grinding. So got all that and took out a few trainers, all that good stuff. Now I go into the gym. The gym trainers I speed through, but the gym leader I don't. And the reason for that is because the gym leader is the most important person in the gym. It's like the important battle of the gym. So of course we decide not to speed up against it, and of course my mouse fell. Lovely. But anyway, so now we are in the gym, just taking out the trainers, making sure everything goes smoothly. So you can't beat me, don't stand a chance against Roxanne. Alright, so as an Articuno, I'm going off about how much I hate Articuno because it's an ice type and I don't have anything for ice types. But he goes for gusts and stuff like powder snow. So Thrash does ultimately kill Articuno. Poor Gray. See you, Gray. But oh well. Now we have a Slowking. I'm like, oh, David's here. Oh my god, it's David. So I'm locked into Thrash and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to get another. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let Gemini take care of this because, you know, water is weak to grass, so I decided, you know what, we're going to let Gemini take care of this. So I end up bullet seeding the Slowking, yeah, I was thinking Slacking, but it's Slowking. Alright, so, take out the Slowking, and there. It's done, it's gone, he's over with, he's sorting, I'm flying, I'm gone! So now I heal up. Now I end up switching into Gemini instead of healing, but so need room to rampage, huh? No, but now we're taking on this guy because we need experience. I'm like, okay, I need to switch out. So I go into my Bagon and. So Dragon Dance, I don't think I Dragon Dance. I just go for the Thrash because I do get locked into it, and so thrashing away, and Houndour gets knocked out. See ya, Kristen. And so Wendy's up to level 15, which is on par. So now he sends out a Scizor. I'm like, you know what? I need to switch out and go back in. I need to switch out, come back in, so that way I can get. So I'm not confused. And you guys heard that probably, but oh well. Now, I Grass Whistle and put sleep. So I know it won't put sleep, so that way it doesn't hit me too hard right off the bat. So now I wanted to Leech Seed it, but unfortunately I couldn't. I didn't hit it, so this time I do hit it. And now he is seated, he's asleep. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go back out to Bagon and I'm going to Dragon Dance a couple times and try and get a Thrash off. So Scizor wakes up and goes for Focus Energy. So at this point, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, this is not going to be fun. It's not going to be a fun day for me. So I decided, no, I'm going to go for the Dragon Dances, and the Leech Seed is going to help me get HP back. Goes for Leer, which I don't know why he went for Leer, because Quick Attack. So I ultimately decide, you know what, Leech Seed, all that good stuff. I go for Thrash, and doesn't knock him out, but and goes for Leer again, which I don't know why. He could have gone for Quick Attack, possibly gotten a crit. and probably ended my life, but he didn't. So now we have now we're done with this trainer. So we end up going back to heal because you need to heal, and I ultimately end up forgetting to buy medication. Alright, so my thing stopped recording my audio because I guess I can only record an hour of like narration or whatever, which is basically what this is. So I'm back and just have to figure things out, but as you guys can see, we're heading back into the gym, so that way now we can finally take on the gym leader. And I'm going to look up here and all this good stuff. So I'm saving my game because I don't want to lose anything important. And alright, so I'm giving myself a motivational speech, giving myself a comment speech, and I decided, you know what, let's do this because I can do this. And so here comes the gym battle, and here we go. So it's Leader Roxanne or Ghost Rider Timmy. Since I was saying Slash, I'm like, you know what? This might be pretty easy. This might be easy. So I go for Bullet Seed, and it 2 shots, which I'm honestly really surprised about. And so now, yeah. So it hits 2 times, Sand Slash faints, and Gemini gains almost a level off of that. Almost gains himself a level of that. So Magmar comes out. Now, I think she ends up deciding to go for the Leer first. I'm like, you know what? Fire special. I resist the fire punch. So I was ready for it. So I decided to Dragon Dance. Now, I forgot something about Magmar that could have helped. And I also forgot to buy a Super Potion. I should have Dragon Dance again. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't Dragon Dance again. I should have, because it was 1 shot. And Flame Body burned me. So now I'm thinking, you know what? It might not be too bad. I can still salvage this. Goes for the potion. So I'm sitting there with a burned Bagon. I'm like, alright, maybe I can still do this. She goes for another potion. And at this point, I'm really mad at this because I don't have... And there goes my Oranberry too. So my Oranberry just popped, and alright, I'm like, alright, maybe I can salvage this. And I'm also confused. So I end up using my... I end up using a potion first. See how much that heals. And then he goes for a Fire Punch, and it's crits. So at this point, I'm really upset that this is happening. I'm getting hacked to death. So I end up using my no, I don't end up using the Person Berry, I don't think. I end up using my only max potion that I have to heal up Wendy and try to Thrash again. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to try and Thrash again. Now, this is where Set Battle Style screws me over. Because now I'm locked into Thrash and I can't do anything. So Gemini goes to level 16. I'm happy about that. But has a Mawile. And my attack stat is cut. And I can't really do anything about it. So snaps out of confusion, and I go for Thrash. And Mawile, and I'm still locked into Thrash. Mawile goes for the bite and kills me. Kills Bagon, so now we don't have a Bagon. Now, all I have is Gemini. And I don't want to lose this. And so I end up deciding, so you're going to go for the fake tears. And I can't hit this thing with an acid because it doesn't work with poison types. Steel types are they're unaffected by poison type moves. So it goes for the bite and it hurts so much. So go for the grass whistle to put sleep so that way it can't hit me that much. Now it's asleep. It has leech seed on it, so now I'm like, alright. So, still asleep, and I decide, you know what, I'm going to bullet seed. At first I'm thinking I can leech seed salt this because I have the potion, I have the regular potions to do it with. So, Mawile, Oranberry doesn't pop. I'm like, alright, if it's Oranberry pops, I am screwed over. Because then I'll have to do all this damage and it'll wake up. It'll wake up and then it'll just hit me so much. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to bullet seed. I noticed like I need 5 bullet seed hits. This is 3rd, this is the 4th, and this is the 5th. I do end up getting the 5 bullet seed hits. I'm praying to myself, come on, leech seed, you need to take out this Mawile. Do not let Bagon sacrifice me in vain. So we do end up taking out the Mawile, and we do get the badge at the cost of our Bagon, which is very, very unfortunate. I was really upset about this, and it was mostly on my bad because I did not do shift. I did set instead of shift, but anyway, I'm still really upset about this, and I don't care about this. I'm really upset, and I don't really care because I lost a pseudo legend, a possible pseudo legend that could have been on the team. So, and I ended up checking the team and make sure it is Rock Tomb, and it is. And of course, I'm looking, and I was about to take the Oranberry one and realized, oh wait, Oranberry popped. So I'm still upset about this, and so now get out of the way, and then wait, please don't take my goods. So there goes Devon Corporation man. So I end up going to the Pokemon Center, and I end up putting Wendy the Bagon into our dead box, and I decide I'm thinking, who should I put in to the team? So I end up scooping up Vulcanex FM, Vulcanex female, and I'm saying, you know, I'm going to release these Pokemon off screen, take off the items, and before I hand everything off to Ragin. So now I'm looking at that, I'm like, oh, I saw a red thing, and then I realized that it doesn't really matter right now, and oh well. But yeah, but that's basically what happened in this episode, and I'm sorry once again about my mic not recording, but thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for understanding. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to mock punch that like button and to dynamic punch that subscribe button, because they do need beating from you. And thank you once again. Remember to check out Ragin's channel. He is our partner. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you did enjoy, mock punch the like button, dynamic punch the subscribe button. Check out Ragin's channel. And as always, I'll talk to you on the next one. And please remember to check out RaginBomb's channel.